Hey, there's a guy on the Facebook page that asked a really good question. You want to know about investigation games, and he wants to know about investigation games and how we do it. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time, a really long time. And I was supposed to do it. Then I went on somehow of a burnout, and I stopped interacting with the community. So I just I just it was one of those projects that was really close to be achieved, and I just dumped it and just did tabula rasa. So what I but I had a long period of time reflecting on this, and I believe that when I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it like this. So first, find a system that is really light. I think that overly complicated stuff for investigation is not worth it. Why? Because you're about to run an investigation, and it's gonna be super. I have a specific goal. I know a lot of people don't like this approach, you know, but me, I'm really big fan of Vincent Baker's approach concerning having a specific goal, and especially with an investigation game. What do you want to do? So solve a crime. All right, how that crime's gonna be solved? You want a suspect? Okay, are you a cop? If you're a cop, are you gonna go to trial and put him in jail, kill the suspect, or just know what happened? Maybe your investigation about something that happened a long time ago, and there's no more, or there's not anybody left. So you might not have a suspect. So find a specific goal for the player to achieve, because you don't want the investigation to go all around, all over the place, and becomes just a quest. It's not a quest. That's the thing. It's not gonna be a quest. It's an investigation. So investigative work. There's gonna be a couple really specific skills that are gonna be used in this game, like observation, research, stuff like interrogation, perception, but not perception, persuasion, uh, police work. Really, really basic police work. And it's not going to be a lot. It's not going to be a lot. So it's going to be really specific. So find a game that can support that easily. I would say Fate. Maybe Fate can do a really good investigation game. But me, I would have gone with New World of Darkness. New World of Darkness. And you want to play a little bit with the skills and add some specific skills of your own, just to make sure that you have what you need for the game. And then I have a specific number of sessions. This is something we're going to do in 5 sessions. You need to solve the mystery in 5 sessions. You need to solve the crime in 5 sessions. You need to convict someone in 5 sessions. You need to know what happened in 5 sessions. This is your goal. Doesn't have to be more specific than that, but the player around the table, they know. All right, we need to find the guy, and then the pressure adds on, and so at the end, when it's the last session, they need to come up with an answer. They need to come up with because it depends on always a lot of things, but I would say that good investigation work deserve deduction abilities. The player needs to work on the deductive work. They need to do the deductions, and you don't necessarily want to do that on the die roll and having the GM. It depends on your taste, obviously, but why do you want to go in an investigation playing detectives and stuff if you don't want to do the detective work? Don't roll the dice and let the GM tell you what to do. That's something, anyway, it depends on your style. But no, I would say it depends on your taste on that matter, so don't want to go there. But one thing though is that once you have your specific number of sessions, specific goals determined, and then you find your specific system you want to use to do that, then the GM needs to be prep in advance. And this is something I strongly believe in. The fact that you don't improv in investigation games. You need to know what happened. Who did it, how it happened, and where and when and why and all that. And then you have all your NPCs already aligned in front of you. And then you unfold them to the player, for the player. So it's not necessarily super railroady, but it has to have some element of it, because the way the clues are gonna get out, you need to help them deduct. So I think the most complicated thing in an investigation game is the fact that you cannot, as a GM, you need to balance yourself between what the player know and might deduct versus what you know that happened and what you think that they know. You might want to rewind that just to make sure. So you cannot assume that they understood. They read behind the line. You cannot assume that they read behind the line and they understand what's behind the tapestry. So you kind of need to make sure you give enough for them to go, oh, but at the same time, not too much. So that's the hard point. I think that's the mecca of investigative games, and that's why it's so interesting, and I want to do it one day. But anyway, that's the thing. And then you also need a good pace, because it's really brainy, not a lot of action. So you want to have a good pace to set some actions. You can have some fights here and there, whatever, but it's not about that, right? It's about investigation. So there was another thing I wanted to say about that. Lots of prep, and there is the puzzle aspect of it, you know. So you need to be clear as a GM, and make sure that even if the player go everywhere, not send them on too much red herrings kind of thing, because you can send them somewhere, and if they interpret it as the good thing because you send them there and stuff like that, the communication is key, man. It's gonna be huge in this kind of games, you know. And yeah, so that's the thing. So I want to say this, that coming back to the topic of win and lose, you can see in such a game, winning and losing, if you find the suspect. If you get to know what happened, you win. If you don't, you lose. And that's how it's gonna end. Maybe you're gonna win, maybe you're gonna lose, and you don't know. And you have like a strict number of sessions to determine. So I would strongly recommend using such a template for investigative work. You know, a simple system that support that kind of really specific genre and game. Specific GM and attitude, specific prep, to make sure that you can create the deductive work and it's not going to be too hard, and a good balance in the communication of clues and stuff like that, so you don't give them too much and you don't hold back too much so they cannot deduct. So yeah, great challenge. I hope I'll be able to do it one day. And I would use New World of Darkness probably, unless anybody has a way better recommendation. So what kind of system would you use? What kind of approach would you use? What kind of investigative work would you do? Have you done it before? If so, tell me. All right, thank you for watching.